Hi to Fresh Talks. Here's Maria. We are the real estate department of Fresh Portugal. I'm a real estate lawyer. Danielle here, the head of department or head of real estate, and we're talking about the Urban Simplex today. Danielle, can you explain in the first place how this Simplex appeared in the context?
Sure, Marie. So many of us have heard in the past year everyone speaking about Urban Simplex and how it simplifies the system regarding real estate and the acquiring licenses and things. But Urban Simplex, it's not a new thing. It's a regulation that is being prepared, and the government is being work on it since 2006, more or less, so almost 20 years. And it had many steps, but the final document, the one that we are going to speak about it today, ended or start being applied in the beginning of 2024. Mainly what the Urban Simplex wants to achieve, it's to get to help people to invest, to help people in having a fast process regarding licensing, and to get a simple, if you can say it, simple process. So there are mainly five
Can we explain a
targets.
little bit these targets?
Yes, yes, we can for sure. There are five targets that the government wants to achieve. The first one, yeah, it's to speed up the process of getting a license of for a promoter to get to get approval for the project. Another, it's to lower the bureaucracy that we had, and we had a lot in Portugal, and for sure you all know that bureaucracy in Portugal was a general problem. So we wanted to finish this. The other achievement that the government wants to achieve is to digitalize the system, because doing it all everything online, it will help a lot all parts, the services, administrative services that will decide your process, and the promoter that, because it's much faster and easy to put everything, all documents online. Another aspect that is very important, it's transparency. Because in Portugal, we were used to go to the services, to the council services, contact directly to a person, and the transparency sometimes was put in question. We had some doubts about the transparency of some process of getting
And do you
licenses.
think that with this regime, that main goal is being achieved?
Yeah, for sure. Because everything is online, everything is described there, and we cannot run from it.
Okay.
So I think this system, it's not perfect. It's in the start, but will achieve by the end, and it's already made a big progress. But it will achieve more transparency
And
to
Daniel,
all.
regarding this specific measure that we are talking today about the habitational licensing use, can you explain a little bit the framework about this measure?
Okay, sure. One of the big changes that Simplex brought, it's not a change, actual change, because we could do it in the past, but it simplifies the procedure. It's changing the habitational use of not changing the habitational use, sorry, changing the use of a real estate asset. Now you can change, for example, a store, a commercial unit, or even in some situations an industrial unit, to a habitational facility. Um, the process is much more easy. Of course, we need to always do a due diligence regarding the documents and understand if the change that we want to request, it's possible. How do we do it? It's understand if the unit it's subject or can fulfill all the requirements that an habitational
Daniel,
unit needs.
can you simplify these requirements? What they are essentially
Okay,
to our viewers to understand a little bit more.
sure. When we talk about an habitational unit, and for example, let's give an example, it's easier. We have a store, but the store, it's not divided into rooms, a kitchen. Sometimes it doesn't fulfill this requirements. So what we need is to normally get put a process in the council, get normally an architect or an engineer that will certify that the unit is suitable of getting this change, or that we are going to do a renovation that will fulfill all the needs that the unit will need to be considered an habitational unit.
And do you think that an architect is always relevant to put on loop on this type of process?
Look, in my personal opinion, I think it's mandatory. If you ask me, we are obliged to have one. We are not. But I always think that you should have one, because an architect or a civil engineer or both of them combined, those are the people that will grant that the unit will be able to have
Comply with
yeah, will comply with all the regulations that are needed to be to have the habitational use. So in my opinion, it's mandatory to have one. You don't need to have one, but I will always use one.
And Daniel, apart from the requirements, what is the process? So
Okay. The process, it takes time, but normally you engage an architect. Now the architect will get in contact with the council, will put a requirement saying that you want to change the use. The unit will have all all the requirements that are needed to have an habitational use. The council will have 20 days to answer. They can answer, they can make questions, they can go and do an inspection. But after that, in the end, they will say if they agree or not.
so this is the first step.
This is the first step. The second step is after we have the approval, we will need to make a deed to change the
A
horizontal
public deed.
public deed. Yes, exactly. To change the use of the building, to change the horizontal property of the all the build of the all the building, but especially the unit of that building. Then after
The
we
third
do,
step.
yeah, after the third step is to communicate the condominium. We have 10 days to do it. Communicate them that we made that deed and we are going to change
And they can
use.
oppose to that use.
Yeah, that's a very good question, because previously to 2024 they could oppose. Now they cannot. You can change it, and if it fulfills all the requirements, they can't say anything. They can't oppose.
Okay.
So
So that is a very good measure
it is.
about this urban simplex.
It is.
Simplifies the
It's one of the most important measures, because you don't depend on anyone. You can do it, not subject to any confirmation, not subject to authorization, and this helps a lot. But yeah.
And after these 10 days, what is the next step?
Yeah, the next step, it's register the changes in tax authorities and in the records from the unit. It's
A much easier process that.
much.
And do you think that with this measure we can solve a little bit the house market crisis in Portugal?
Well, the house market crisis in Portugal, it's huge. I'm not sure if this measure by itself will make a big change, but I think it will help. But people need to be aware that you can do it. And what I've been seeing is that we don't, the investor, the developer, does not have an idea and still thinks that it's very complicated. And okay, it is complicated. We need knowledge to do it. It takes time, but it's possible. And I think that in the perspective of the developer, this is an amazing thing to do. And Simplex will help a lot everyone. So I think it will help. It will not solve by itself the
So,
additional
do you
costs.
anticipate a lot of requests to change this licensing from commercial and industrial to housing?
Maria, we already have some requests. We are already doing we are already with some clients taking care of the change of the use. So yeah, and we anticipate much more in the next few months for sure.
Amazing, amazing. And how a real estate lawyer, how Danielle and me can help our clients in order to do this licensing?
Look, in all matters regarding real estate, I always tell my clients, and they cannot lie about it. Uh, you don't. It's not mandatory to have a lawyer, but I will always have a lawyer if it's us or other law firm, and there are a lot and good ones. I will always use because the work of an architect, a civil engineer, and a lawyer, it's a work that combined will give for sure a better result. We all have different knowledges, we all do different things, and combined, for sure, the team is stronger. So I would
100%
always
agree.
use a lawyer for
We
this.
recommend to use a lawyer to
Yes,
this
always.
licensing. And Danielle, for finish, do you have any points regarding this? Do you want to add any other comments about this regime?
Look, I think, in my opinion, we should try to use it. We should decide as soon as possible to invest, and we should use this law. We never know if a new government comes, if it change
Obviously.
the
Or
idea.
simplify this measure.
Yes, for sure. So what I think mainly is use it. We have it, we can use it, and there are amazing opportunities in the market. And it will help all the investor because for sure it will earn money, the market because putting more houses in the market it helps also to finish what you talk about habitational crisis that we have in Portugal. So now is the time.
And from the initial of the process until the end, is the approval of the licensing, how much time?
That it's also a question that we have a lot. Um, it's hard to tell you the exact time. What I can say is that depends on the councils and depends on the asset that it's involved. Because if everything runs smoothly, we can do it in 3 to 4 months. If the council do a lot of questions, needs inspections, need us to justify what we are going to do, it can go up to 6 to 8 months.
And when lasts much easier than before.
So much easier than
Much
before,
easier,
for sure.
amazing. So one last question. Regarding potential issues that can appear, what do you think that's in these issues that may rise? Any?
No, there are not many issues. What I always say is first you need to do a due diligence, and previously to invest, previously to try to request a change of the use, always engage an architect or a civil engineer that will tell you if he can do it and if the property is suitable to get this change. So if it is, look, there are not problems that you can have in this process because you have the
Will occur
opinion.
smoothly.
Yes, everything will run smoothly. Maybe it will take a little more time or less, but you have an opinion from someone that is an expert on the area and knows for sure what he's saying. So I don't see any problems or things that we have to think
Okay.
that can delay this
Amazing.
process.
A very good measure, I would say. So thank you, Daniel. It was like very insightful. And thank you for our viewers. Subscribe. Thank you,
Thanks.
Daniel.
Thanks.